anniversary, the theme is superhero because since we opened, we've seen a lot of people transform their life to become their superhero. They've become now. So we're hoping that you come as a superhero or supervillains as well. So it's a costume party. There's no costume store in Ubud, so you have to make it your own. But yeah, face paint or something, it works normally. That's what I normally did in the past. So it's gonna start at 6 and then it will end at 11. And afterwards we just go to another bar here, Nomas or CP and that kind of stuff. We will still have the Bahasa Indonesia course. So the crash course of Bahasa Indonesia on Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30. We need a minimum of 3 people for every course. So if you want to join, send us an email to rsvp@ubud.org. So today's talk is about, let me just find, right. So it's a Skillshare of Advanced SEO workshop. So today you will learn about, it's a hands-on workshop showing exactly what SEO professionals do to rank their clients' website every time. So we have Brie and Viola. So Brie is an SEO specialist and has over 10 years experience in all areas of digital marketing, specializing in SEO, AdWords, Google Analytics, and conversion rate optimization. And Viola has over 5 years of experience in account management and digital marketing. So she is specialized in funnel marketing, SEO, data-driven content creation, and conversion rate optimization. So they're currently focusing on DMSS, Digital Marketing Skillshare. So it's an event that's taking place in Trans Resort on October 28th and 29th. So we'll probably talk more about that as well in the end of this presentation. So please help me to welcome Brie and Viola.
Thanks, Gandito. Appreciate that. Last time we gave a talk, I actually forgot to introduce Viola, so I'm glad that someone remembered.
He's still talking. He's good.
Hi.
Yeah, so basically, I'm Brie, this is Viola. This is our advanced SEO workshop. It's very practical, hands-on. We are agency professionals, and we're showing you exactly what we do, which is worth lots of money to lots of people, and it's very valuable, and I hope you guys appreciate that we're sharing this information with you. And the reason why we're sharing this information with you is because of DMSS, which is our conference that we're running in October. So we'd like you to help us and support us by coming to it and telling your friends about it as well. So anything else you want to add?
Yeah, we're normally based in Canggu. We came up to Ubud today and tomorrow to see you guys. And yeah, let's see what's in the slides.
Yeah, let's see what's in the slides.
Okay, yeah, we're a digital marketing agency and we offer SEO, AdWords, Facebook ads, conversion rate optimization, and data analytics.
Yeah. So clients we work with, basically the government, lots of hotels, lots of large companies. So I come from an agency background in Australia. Most of the clients I work with have over $100 million in revenue a year. So I've worked with some really large campaigns, lots of traffic, lots of money involved. Our clients at the moment are some large clients, but also we have some smaller clients, so we are open to working with other people that have small projects as well. Yes. Our main client at the moment is Agency Analytics, which is
funnily enough, an SEO ranking tool,
yes,
which we're going to use today.
Yes. So if we do SEO for an SEO reporting tool, it must mean we know what we're doing. And it's also used by Neil Patel as well. If anyone knows who that guy is, he's pretty much the guru of online marketing. So he uses the software, and we do the digital marketing for the software that he uses.
So just for fun, you can use the coupon code.
Oh yes.
Our designer put this. We learned from our last talk that we should explain why we're doing SEO, and usually people think they're doing SEO for their rankings, which is partly true, but normally you're doing your rankings because you want more revenue. So better work in SEO leads to better rankings, leads to more traffic that hopefully you convert better, hence you generate more leads or revenue. And also, I don't know how to get this. I also learned we should showcase that our stuff works. So this is keyword research and content creation that we uploaded for a client on Friday.
What's today? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday, so you can see Google loved our content that we uploaded Friday a lot, bounced them up quite a bit. I mean, there's still work to do until page 1, but you can see this stuff is working. So what we're going to teach you today is what did we do for this client, how did we do the keyword research, how did we do the content strategy, how did we do the content writing, so you can do the same.
So this is like results pretty much within 24 hours. And that's like, this is not amazing results for us. Like, we want to get on page 1 and all that kind of stuff, but the point of the matter is, this is proof that what we do works and works straight away. So you can do this on your websites, following what we do today.
And by the ugliness of the Excel screenshot that I took, you can see it's actually true. All right.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through using AdWords to find keywords and monthly search volume. We're going to use Moz Keyword Explorer to get domain authority. So the first question, before I even keep talking about this, I want to know who's a beginner, who's an intermediate, or who's an advanced SEO. So just put your hands up if you're a beginner. Intermediate and advanced. Cool. All right, so that's good. We have a mix, which is good. If everyone put beginners up, I would have got really scared. Anyway, so not scared. It's all good. So AdWords to find keywords and monthly search volume. Then we're using Moz to find, yes, we get domain authority and keyword difficulty. Then agency analytics for getting the ranking data and URLs. Then import data into Excel. Analyze data to create informed keyword research. You guys can read too, actually. So, and create SEO optimized content strategy document. Then create SEO optimized content with our secret sauce. So basically, this doesn't make too much sense to you right now. We'll go through the process. It'll make more sense to you. Probably haven't heard of probably most of these tools. That's fine. We'll just show you what we do, and you'll be able to learn the process.
And this is what we do every day. That's what I did this morning for a client, so there are no secrets.
And this is like 10 years of distilled work on how to do this, on how we get to where we get to.
So I'm going to be opening a lot of tools. And I just realized I probably should have opened the template. All right.
Maybe we should start with the completed one.
The completed one.
Just get HarperRocks.
Okay, that I can do.
I'm always telling Viola to buy a mouse, so it should be faster. Just kind of thought I'd just bring that up right there. Just keep going, keep flicking away there.
All right, that's a keyword research.
So basically, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do it quickly for you guys. And what this process is what we have here is the keywords that we're targeting. These are the themes. So we basically create themes around specific keyword clusters that we're going to show you. These are the specific rankings we have in Google. This is the monthly search volume that we have. And this is the keyword difficulty. So what we do is we end up collecting all this data. Then we figure out how to analyze this data and find the low-hanging fruit. So that's pretty much what we're going to do now. So now we'll start with the basic empty Excel spreadsheet. Now what we're going to do is we have a new client coming on board. Actually, what we're offering this client now is that they wanted to work with us, and we told them that their SEO provider at the moment kind of sucks, and that we'll do SEO for free for them, and if we get rankings, then they'll take us on. So that's how confident we are with what we do. And this is the client we're going to be working with. So, we're recording this, I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Basically, yes, the client we're going to be working with. So this is an e-commerce shop, and you want to talk over it?
Yeah, okay. So,
if anyone has any questions too, please just put your hand up, ask questions. We prefer that you ask questions. Yes.
Will you share the spreadsheet template with us afterwards?
Unfortunately not.
but I mean, if you take a close look during the workshop, you should figure out the 6 columns that are there. So those guys rent out stuff for your apartment. So we want to do keyword research for them, and we want to understand what they have and what people are looking for. And so I look into products, what kind of products they have. And just for fun, I'm going to look at the category kitchen rentals, and I see they rent fridge, freezer, dishwasher, coffee machine, and I'm going to put this into Google AdWords. So, have you ever been in Google AdWords? Yes. All right, cool.
So you might have noticed these days that Google AdWords is putting a range on your AdWords now, so you can't get like the specific amount unless you have a spending account. Some of you might have noticed that. If you haven't, then you probably will next time you go in there. Instead of knowing you get 70 searches a month, you'll get it ranged in 1 and 100. unless you have an active account. So the important thing here is what Viola's doing. We're using an e-commerce store because it's actually quite easy to do for, because they're actually kind of segment all the categories like fridges, freezers, if it's a shoe store to be like, Nike, Converse, that kind of stuff. It makes it a lot easier for you. So basically she's chucking in fridge rental, freezer rental, all that kind of stuff. You can see.
Yeah. This is an Australian website, so I'm targeting Australia. Yep. And then I'm getting ideas.
So this is called Keyword Planner. So just type in Google Keyword Planner if you haven't actually been here before.
And the first thing is what I'm doing, I want to make my life easier, so I want to start clustering the keywords I'm finding, and I can use here on the right side the ad groups to do that. So I already...
So she's putting in fridge, like this is the actual, on the far left column that you had here was like fridge, freezer, or whatever those columns were. So this is like, she's creating the clusters for us now. This is not the most important step, but this is important.
So I'm putting freezer into freezer, fridge into fridge. That makes sense.
So she's going for specific keywords that are buying keywords. Now, the keywords you have up here are mainly going to be quite good. I mean, coffee vending machines, that's not a very good keyword. Coffee machine hire isn't relevant because this is hire, it's a rental company, but it's not relevant for what we do, for what the client needs. So we need to find keywords that specifically are related to, it would be rent a coffee machine, or rent to buy a coffee machine is what the clients would be going for. So we need to find the money keywords that are very relevant to that niche.
So they happen to be the electronics again. Coffee machine lease, could that be?
Yeah, but I think that's probably, the coffee machine probably wasn't a good choice because people lease coffee machines in general. Anyway.
Okay, wait, let's put the
iPhone,
laptop rental, iPhone rental. That's other products they have.
Then
electronics.
remove the coffee stuff out of there.
Here, smartphones,
Yes.
stuff like that.
So remove coffee machine.
Yeah. Alright. So let's see what we have. Okay. That's good. So we have...
So I wouldn't choose laptop hire because laptop hire is different to laptop rental.
Rent a computer, rent an iPhone, laptop for rent, computer rental near me, refrigerator for rent, fridge on rent.
So we're just going through this process quickly just to kind of get some keywords together for you guys. It's not really that important how much time we spend analysing the keywords right now. I reckon that we have enough to move forward.
Yeah. So obviously when you're doing this, it's going to take you longer than the 2 minutes we just spent on this, and you're probably not going to end with 16 keywords, but more like 100, 200. So, okay.
So
I'm pressing here,
Yeah.
the little arrow, download plan. I'm giving it the name, and I'm downloading.
So what we generally tend to end up with is we want a minimum of probably 30 keywords that we're going to be targeting because we want to create at least 10 pages of content. So 10 pages of content, we generally target about 3 keywords per page. So we might start with 100 keywords, then filter down to about 30. But we might start also, if it's a larger site, we might start with 300 or even 500 or 1,000 keywords and then bring it down to whatever amount we needed.
Alright, so this is the list we just saw now, and the first one is easy. I'm gonna copy the ad group and the keywords into...
So who here uses Excel? Who's proficient in Excel? Formulas? Who does formulas? Alright, cool. So this is really this is like sexy for us. We love Excel. Just to get that clear, we are like Excel nerds.
So now I'm copy and pasting the search volume because that's a column.
Hopefully we can share our enthusiasm.
Alright.
I'm trying to summon some enthusiasm.
Really? You see the colours? Look at the colours!
I recognise the need, I just don't have the desire.
Oh, it's just, data is sexy, man. What are you talking about? Data is money. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna save this baby. Alright, so we have keyword theme here, we have the keywords, and we have the monthly search average. And now we want to get the rest, the ranking and the difficulty. So I'm copy and pasting those keywords. And I'm jumping into agency analytics to get the ranking data.
Do you want to show them another client or agency analytics one just for
Yeah.
fun?
So if you go in, then you see all the websites you put in. I don't know which one you
Oh,
look
the
at.
agency analytics. I don't know. That makes sense.
So
We're just showing you the dashboard now, just to show you guys. It's actually really cool.
So it's really, really nice. You can connect all these widgets to it, and then you go here to the left. Most people don't find this. When we give our clients a dashboard, we have to tell them the menu is on the left. But here it is, and then you can pull all sorts of ranking data.
So the really cool thing here is you can actually like give it to your clients and they can log in and then you can have all the data in one place. Instead of having to send reports once a month, they can just have it live all the time.
And many clients are the same as you. They don't love Excel as much as we do, and they like it because it pops up and it moves and looks really good.
We have like a scenario like when the clients are not happy with us or something, so like we haven't done enough work or something, we just basically create a dashboard for the clients and we send them the dashboard and that makes them happy. They just get excited about it. Yeah, it's like, oh, we created a dashboard for you, and they're like, oh wow, isn't that great? We're like, yeah.
Okay, so we went in here, it hits direct rentals, that's the client we're looking at. That's their ranking data, we press on add keywords. Copy and paste the keywords we have, and we click on add. And then, actually,
The difference between agency analytics and other rank tracking software that you have out there is agency analytics is pretty much instantaneous. Like it'll give you results within 2 or 3 minutes. Most rank tracking software will take 24 hours to go through the process, whether that's AWR Cloud, like Moz, Ahrefs, SEMrush. So for our turnaround time is really fast here, and that's why we like this software, because it just, within 2 or 3 minutes, you've got the data, you export it, instead of having to wait 24 hours. Like if you're on a client call and things like that, you want to be able to get the data quickly.
The data is from what period, like till time, or like what's the lag?
Well, the data, so what's happening right now is agency analytics is kind of breaking Google violations. And they basically have scrapers going out there and just like crawling and typing in refrigerator rental and trying to find that one thing. And they're sending out heaps and heaps of requests at that point in time. So this is pretty much instantaneous as of now. We have friends that have created software that does hourly rank tracking updates as well, and you'd be surprised how much the ranking data changes over the day as well. So even though it's accurate now, in 1 hour's time it might be like 2 or 3 positions difference as well. So it's never really, it's always a moving target.
all right, we're gonna download it here. So there are 2 secrets in this software. This is the settings button. That's the first one you're gonna have trouble finding, and this is the download button, and we're gonna download this Excel. And then I can open it. And now I'm just copy and pasting the information we have here, which is the keyword, the Google ranking, the Google change, and the URL. I'm just copy and pasting it into the thing I was already working on. New tab here, boom. I mean, maybe if you want to rename it. So, and now we have, for those who not worked day in and out in Excel, we have a problem now. Here the first keyword is rent appliances. Here the first keyword is fridge rental. So it's not aligned, so you can't just simply copy and paste it in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the VLOOKUP to pull the data from here into here.
So I'll just explain this to you. So the first thing you have to say is don't be overwhelmed by this. You can just type in VLOOKUP into YouTube and someone will show you how to do this. Now what's going to happen is she's going to press on the VLOOKUP function in Excel.
So, and what it does, it asked me like what kind of parameter am I looking for, and I want him to look for the keyword.
So she's looking for, the parameter is this keyword on the other tab.
Exactly.
Now
so in this, maybe now I need to scroll out again. It's gonna look for the keyword.
So the first parameter was just the keyword on that tab. The second parameter is which area do you find that keyword, which is obviously this. So which area? So she's defined a specific area, which has to be this area here.
Yeah. And there's actually a trick. If the keyword, if the parameter you're looking for is not in the first column, it's not gonna work. That makes sense.
Yeah, some trick. Yes.
I mean, trick, or I don't know, like typical error
Yeah.
that you're gonna meet. And then we're looking for the Google ranking, which is in column B. That's the second column. That's why I'm gonna enter a 2 here. for column B.
Yep.
And I only want it to be an exact match. So only when it finds exactly this keyword, I want the result.
So just pretend like you understand what's going on. That's all fine. Good.
All right, and so now we know fridge rental is in position 7. And I can pull that down, and then I know for everyone.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. All right. So we have 3 more columns left, and difficulty of potential and opportunity comes out of Moz. So I'm copying and pasting my keyword list again, and I'm going into Moz, which I have here. So you log into Moz, you go Moz Pro, and then there should be a drop-down menu which says Keyword Explorer, and you end up here. Again, you're searching for where you can upload your keyword. It's this small button here, and then here, create or upload new list. And then enter keywords. We're choosing the country we're in. Italy. Where are you? Australia? Austria. No. Where are you? Here. Appliance rental. I'm entering keywords. And this is another minute or so. You have to kill and take a sip of your coffee for this to...
So keyword difficulty is basically an algorithm that's been created by Moz to check, it's based on Google's algorithm to kind of show you how competitive a keyword is. So if a keyword is under 20 for difficulty, that means it's very easy to rank for. If it's from 20 to 30, that's kind of medium. 20 to 40 is kind of medium. And then from 40 above is very difficult. So these are really important metrics to understand whether or not you're going to have a hard time ranking for a keyword. If a keyword is under 20 for difficulty, you're pretty much going to rank with it. Chuck out 5 pieces of content, there's a good chance you'll rank for that keyword. So, yeah.
Do you prefer Moz over Ahrefs in terms of difficulty?
So for difficulty, Moz is the industry standard, and it is because it has the data correlates the best with Google's data. So yes, Ahrefs is also very good on on highly competitive keywords, but Ahrefs lacks in keywords that don't have much search volume, and SEMrush isn't as good for that either. And also, what else is there on the other software I can think of? There's a few other softwares like Keyword Explorer and other tools like that as well, and they're not as accurate. So Moz is worth worth it for that. So, yes.
How much will it cost to have all those things?
About 400 a month. But no, if you want to just get one, I would probably go with, if you have SEO and SEM, like if you're doing AdWords and SEO, I would definitely go with SEMrush. If you're doing SEO only and you want to do kind of like backlink stuff as well, I would go with Ahrefs. Moz is kind of like the cool kid on the block, but really doesn't deliver that much as an overall package, I find. But the keyword difficulties metric is really good, but I wouldn't pay 80 US, I think it's even 100 or 120 a month. I wouldn't pay that to get this information. Yeah, so that's the price, unfortunately. Yes.
Can you just repeat the difficulty score thing again?
The difficulty score is basically an algorithm that's been developed by Moz, and also, like, you know, they have Ahrefs has citation flow, I think it is, and they all have different names. Basically, what they're doing is they're figuring out, there's basically a reverse engineering Google's algorithm. They figure out how many backlinks are coming to the page, how long the website's been there, and a lot of kind of various factors to basically figure out how hard it'd be to rank. So, like, if a website has, you know, 10 million strong backlinks and it's been on the domain for 15 years, it's going to have a higher domain authority on keyword difficulty than a website that's been around for, like, you know, one week with 2 backlinks.
And it's all, the question is, how can you make the most out of your time and money that you're putting into SEO?
Yeah.
Like, if you go for something super competitive, like credit cards, porn, gambling, and you start with like $500 per month, like, it's not gonna happen. However, if you go more nichey, maybe in a non-English language, there could be interesting stuff where you could target the sweet spot and actually rank well.
And that's what we do. So basically, we make educated decisions for our clients to get the best ROI for their money. So we sit there and say, we do the keyword difficulty, and we say, this is where we see is the target areas we should be going for.
Alright, this is done. So I'm clicking here. I'm finding the small lens button on Earth here, export CSV, and I export it. And I open it, and this happened before. And this is because it's a German computer. But honestly, this shit happens if you have an international computer. So you go on text columns, and you tell him that he needs to separate the data on the comma.
She has a personal relationship with Excel.
So then it
Excuse me, Excel.
Then it actually becomes a table. So this is not a problem. Yeah, this happens.
So she's going to do a VLOOKUP again for exactly the same process we did before with the ranking data. So she'll do that, and I'll just play interlude music. Any questions?
What was the you said 20 was a good, easy?
Yeah, that's a very easy.
Easy.
So, I mean, you can see we've created conditional formatting on our Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I think that our conditional formatting is up to 30 for green, but so we just do it by color. But yeah, under 20 is easy, under 30 would be fine. Depends how aged your domain is, how many backlinks you have, how much content you have. It's really like, there's no like finite answer to the question. But under 20, easy. Under 20, I could knock up a blog within 6 months, I'll have it ranking. So these keywords are actually really quite easy. So what we'd say to the client is like, oh, it's very competitive. It's going to take us months to rank these keywords. Just work that angle, and then we'll just knock it out. And then 2 weeks later, they'll be ranking number 1, 2, and 3, and they'll love us. So that's just insight. But yes, we wouldn't do that.
All right, cool. So we have all the data we want. What are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do now? What do we do now?
So we choose now the keywords we think are smart to target. I didn't do the keyword research very well, so what you see here, most of them have extremely low monthly search average. That's still cool because they are highly targeted, like in the funnel. Like people already know they have a problem. I don't have a fridge, and they already know the solution and want to rent the fridge. So it's not really a problem that the search volume is low because it's highly targeted, but maybe you would have wanted to research a bit more.
Do you pull potential and opportunity through as well from Ross?
Yes, I'm just too lazy now.
Yeah.
When you get the monthly search volume, is that the exact match or is it the broad match?
No, see, exact match and broad match comes from AdWords. That's a functionality within AdWords itself. There's no such thing. It's a good question. So I'll answer it in a different way. So there's no real. There's no way to know that there's 20 or 50 or 70 search volumes a month. There's no way to know that information. Now, this is what Google's giving us, and this is the best data that we can have. If you use other software like Moz, SEMrush, and Ahrefs, and other softwares like that, they'll give you their own data. I don't know where they get that data from because it's completely uncorrelated between Google's data. So I don't understand where they get that data from. But I mean, you just got to take it with a grain of salt. Like you just got to. It's more like a range, and you just pick what's in the range.
Right.
So going back to filtering. So
first thing, if you tap on the first row and you press here on filter, that's how you get a filter.
That is good information. This is good information. We should do an Excel 101 actually.
So normally I would firstly filter by choose more greater than 100. I'm not going to do that now because there's only one.
Make it greater than 10.
Greater than 10. Alright.
Yeah,
it's actually but you get the idea. So you want to have at least a little bit of search volume there for the keywords you're going to be targeting. And then you're going to, and this is the trick, you're going to target keywords that you're already ranking for first. So Google already understands a little bit that your page is about fridge rental and freezer rental. So we're giving Google more of this. Plus, except for one, you're not on the top of page 1. Like being on page 2 is like being nowhere. So it still makes sense to tackle those keywords.
So just remove that filter from there, just for fun.
Which one?
Just remove that filter so we have more of this looks like. So just to repeat what she just said, go after keywords that you're already ranking for. Do not go after the keywords with dashes in them. You're not going to go from micro fridge. I don't even know what a micro fridge is, but you're not going to rank. You're not going to punch out 20 pieces of content and start ranking for micro fridge if you punch out 5 pieces of content for fridge rental, you're going to move from a 7 to a 3. There's no guarantees with this, but that's what you need to do. You need to do what Google's already showing you. It's really, really important, and that's what the secret is, basically.
With new sites, what sort of lead time are you looking at?
New sites?
Brand new sites.
You already automatically a sandbox for 3 to 6 months normally. So they call it a sandbox. That basically stops people from spamming Google. But normally 3 months is okay. But what we do is you be really aggressive at the start. So we normally just punch out like 20 pieces of content, all SEO optimized, and we just chuck it out there and we'll see what happens. Generally, if it's like long tail stuff, like rent-to-own electronics, or very simple stuff, then you'll find you'll be able to rank within a month or so. Now, what I learned the other day, this is for you, H3 and H4 tags index quicker than H1 tags. I know that probably doesn't mean much to any of you, but H3 and H4 tags index quicker, but they don't have as much weight. Don't ask me why, but so
How do you know?
because I have sophisticated ways. So basically, I have followed some people that that are very, very smart, and that's how I know. So they do testing. So they're called SEO Intelligence Agency, and they do basically SEO tests, and they test specific things out. So they'll basically isolate one parameter within within a ranking signal, and then they'll test certain things out.
So that was H3 and
H4.
And the logic is probably because everyone starts their keywords in H1 and 2. And then people get lazy for 3 and 4. Probably.
Exactly. That's part of it. So yes.
I just have an idea. I think that the reason they put H3, H4 because it's so specific.
Yeah. That's the thing, because everyone.
Because people don't use H1 and
Yeah.
H2 to describe very, very specific things.
They
They'll
do,
go deeper.
but they do use H1 and H2. So like if you want to rank for DIY lawyer, the first 300 pages are going to have, like, they're trying to rank for that specific term, are all going to have H1s and H2s, DIY lawyer, lawyer DIY, DIY lawyer, and that kind of stuff. But they're not going to be using the H3s and H4s. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Cool. I wasn't sure if you
All right. So it's 4:10. I quickly want to move forward because we're supposed to finish on time. So I just want to show you some stuff. So I search volume bigger than 10, and now I do pages where we are ranking medium well. So in general, that's something where we have a ranking between 5 and 20, 25.
No. So just to recap, so what we do as a priority is if we're ranking from 5 to 10, this is our priority keywords that we target. So if ranking 5 to 10, we want to push them in top 3. Once we've done 5 to 10, we go from 10 to 20. Anything above 20 to 30, we'll consider if it's got a large search volume and it's worth the investment. So this is really important to target what you're going to get the most leverage on.
So we have done a search volume, we have filtered the ranking, and normally now I would filter difficulty. Now this is already a pretty small list and they're all green. So we're leaving it at that, but normally I filter for difficulty. And then, now you remember that from before, I'm marking them yellow and those are my target keywords. And now I'm going to unfilter. And we're back to our super long, here's not so long, keyword list. And this is how I send it to the client. And so it's a very long and complicated process finding out which one are the target keywords.
If you have like 1,000 keywords on a list and you use the filtering process, it looks like you've done all this work and you've manually sat there and looked at every single variable, and then you just press expand and it looks like it does work, which is really good too.
I know it works, yeah. We're not being a dick about this. It's also a smart move to filter like that, okay?
How closely do you manage SEO and SEM together? How do you back it up with SEM?
How do we back it up with SEM?
So because you may ignore certain things, like it's not worth the effort, but I don't want to lose those searches. So I will.
Yeah, so basically, SEO and SEM are two different games, and we use them together. So firstly, with SEM, we're going for branded terms as well. So we basically, and this is the whole other topic, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that your landing pages for SEO, like your landing pages with SEM, either you have a custom landing page that is specifically targeting those keywords, or your SEO page has the keywords from the SEM campaign in it as well. So you want to make sure that you're kind of like cross-pollinating your SEM campaigns with your SEO campaign, so that when a user comes from an SEM campaign that they're going to have find the specific keywords. Like, hi, you're looking for a fridge to hire on that page. So that's how we do it. But generally, we have two different sets of like KPIs for that. Does that answer your question?
But both needs to work hand in hand, right? Otherwise,
it doesn't need to work hand in hand. To be honest with you, most times SEM campaigns, we normally have a dedicated landing page for that because we want a highly converting landing page because we know the traffic is very targeted. Whereas from an organic search, the traffic isn't so targeted, so we kind of want a broad landing page. SEM campaigns generally tend to be like a kind of like a funnel. Yeah.
All right. So realistically, you have a lot longer keyword list than I have here. But then you filtered it and found out you have 5 to 10 like focus keywords that are maybe in, I don't know, a few themes. And now you want to build content on that, and we're building content landing pages for that. And there are a few things to know about this. First of all, an SEO optimized content page is not a sales page. This is not the time to choose every single word. This is what you can do with your sales copyright on your sales page. This is going to be a page with at least 1,000 words on it, potentially longer. I wrote a 12,000 words guide on how to grow wheat inside. So you don't want to cherry pick every single word. This is going to be mass production, and you want to be fast with this. So yes, this content needs to be sexy, it needs to be well readable, it needs to be 100% unique. Because if someone types in fridge rental and they end up on their page, they're not happy yet. As I said before, you want to convert them. So the content needs to be sexy enough that they actually stay on the site and click further down the funnel and actually make a purchase or a sign up or whatever. However, as said before, pay attention to your call to actions and your opt-in boxes or whatever you want to have on a content page, and then smash out hundreds and thousands of words. And if we're doing this with a client, we usually send them the first piece, check in, is the language okay, is it like within the brand guidelines, are we too conservative, too funny, whatever, and then we just produce.
When you're producing, where are you publishing?
That's on-page content, so that's going to be on their website.
So that leads into content creation. So let's go.
Should I?
Yeah, go start.
Yes. So would you recommend doing that? Is it better to do it in a blog or a product page?
It's a product page. So generally, just to clarify as well, so you can start. Just to clarify as well, so come back to the website of Mr. Freezer's, whatever it is, Mr. Rentals. So yeah, direct rentals.
That's not why he went here.
So basically, we would be creating it probably on this page here. Like fridge rentals would probably update the content on the fridge rentals page. However, on your website, you probably have only like 5 pages that will be like navigate. If you have a small website, you might have like 5 pages that are navigatable on the website. But we might have like 100 other pages behind that navigation stuff. So they might not be in this navigation menu, but we might have 100 pages that are SEO optimized. So we might do one that's like, let's just say we had like teddy bear rentals on this site. We wouldn't have it on the product section, but we want to SEO optimize for teddy bear rentals. We'll create 20 pages on teddy bear rentals that aren't in the navigation. Sorry, I'm pointing on here, you can't even see what I'm pointing. You see what I'm pointing? So like, if we wanted to do teddy bear rentals, right? And we didn't want to put it in the navigation menu, we'd actually create 20 pages on teddy bear rentals, but they wouldn't be in the navigation menu, but they'd be on the website. Google sees them. When you type in teddy bear rentals, you can click on the link, you'll land on the teddy bear rentals page, and you'll just assume that that page is part of the whole website. Does that make sense?
And
yes.
So
who's generating the content?
What?
Who's generating the content?
that depends on what kind of package you buy with us. So if they buy keyword research and content strategy, and then they decide to write in-house or hire a content writer, they can do that. They can do content writing with us. If you're a small website owner, maybe you're writing content yourself, or get someone from Upwork.
We'll go into that a little bit further. Basically, we have like 5 content writers at the moment. That we're like a lot of we punch out. Like 80% of our work is content. So we get this right, we do the content. This is what I'm saying to you, like technical SEO, all this other stuff. That's probably 30% of what you need to do. But if you do this 70% right, you're going to crush it. So we'll go into the content in a second, but yeah, we'll keep going.
So basically, we have Oompa Loompas for hire.
No, we have high quality Oompa Loompas that we've whipped into shape. You wait till you see the content that we write. Like it's good quality content, and it's actually quite complicated to write it, but we whip them into shape. This isn't people off Upwork. I mean, if they are, they're much more expensive. So we've trained these guys. We can brief people on it, but you'll find that it does take quite a few revisions to get it right.
I mean, it's as always, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. But sometimes you don't get what you pay for.
Excuse me, I didn't really get it. So where does this content go? It's in one specific product page or a category listing page, or?
So we'll actually do it now because we're out of time.
So we have, so this is how I would do it. We have 3 themes here: fridge, freezer, electronics, and I want to create a content strategy from that. So I'm picking the topic fridge rental.
So just go back 2 seconds. Hypothetically, imagine that this is the URL structure, just for fun. www.example.com/fridge/fridge rental or /electronics/rent on electronics. That's your URL structure. Yeah? You're making it easy for Google to categorize your data. Hypothetically. Yes.
So maybe I'd better take the electronics
that's where the
because
page
there are
is.
at least 2. So I provide the people with a document, page to create content for electronics. And the keywords we're going to use on this page are rent to own electronics and rent a computer. Obviously there could be a few more. So then I'm telling the people directrentals.com.au/electronics or rent to own electronics. So that's a new page that we're creating.
Google likes it with dashes or no dashes?
Dashes are better.
And keep it's usually they take out, when they're making a slug, they take out like 2 at the end and stuff. You guys keep it in there?
The 2 at the end? What 2?
Rent to own electronics as opposed
No,
to
they'll keep the 2 in there.
keep it in there?
Yeah. Google always keep exactly what the parameter is because you've got to copy and paste that. They'll never modify that. Maybe WordPress does or some other dynamic, URL structure thing does, but no. So yeah, so basically she's writing like really good sales copy right now.
I mean, not right now, but it would be.
This needs to be a sales copy. Think of this like an AdWords ad. So basically you want to increase your CTR. I'll let you talk about this because you like telling people to click through. Yes.
So let's say that whatever the content you're writing is actually really suitable for your blog. Wouldn't you, like on the blog that's on your website, but then the URL structure would be like this. So what would you do in that case?
It's a really like case by case scenario to answer that question. We would still have a dedicated page on the website and then have additional blog content on the side linking to that feeder page. So this is like a structure, it's a hierarchy, and we're trying to send links up the channel to the higher pages.
Yeah. So what I did now, I entered the keywords, I created a URL that has the keyword in it, I created a page title and a meta description that has the keyword in it, and that is sexy. I mean, it's not that sexy right now, but think about that's what people see on Google. That's the first impression, kind of name what it's about, what's the benefit, and then call to action, visit now, click now, book now, come here. So I was struggling a bit with the length, so this is 60 and this is 160, I think.
Yeah. Is there like a recommended length?
Under 160 and under 60 for page titles. So just make sure it's under so that they can truncate it.
And so then you're going to be writing a keyword, and we're going to show you for keyword density in a second. But the other thing that is very important, what Brie has been talking about, is internal linking structure. So we providing them with.
So generally what we do, this is like super important too. Like everyone's like chasing backlinks and guest posting and all this kind of stuff. Internal links are just as important as external links. Is it a bomb?
Or battery?
Okay.
So this page that we have here links to the home page and to its parent page. And now another thing, a link has an anchor text. That's what people actually see in the text, right? This underlined part. We're gonna keyword optimize the anchor text, but only 50% of the anchor text, so it looks natural. You're good SEO if you don't look like an SEO. So one of the links is gonna have an anchor text that is generic. Click here, list off, best whatever, learn about us, anything that's not a keyword. And then you can pull from your keyword research another keyword. Laptop for rent, I don't know, as anchor text for the other URL. And that's what we give to our content writers, and that's what we give to the client. So now they have everything they need to write a 1,000 piece article.
Do you want to pull up AdWords for me just to show?
Yeah.
And then pull up the
Yeah, I wanted to pull that up first.
Yeah. Some of this content is not as keywords.
That's fine. It has two. I mean, we had two in the example.
That's good. I like that.
Okay, so this is what our content writers then produce. Let me quickly explain in a second. Up here you find the page title and the meta descriptions. You're gonna find the keywords, and then you're gonna find the URLs and the anchor text. And the reason why this is colorful is because it's client friendly. The client gets this, he looks at it, and he can see and on the first glance that the keywords are being used, and they're happy.
And then we can see that they're being used and we're happy too.
Yeah. So obviously you don't load it to your website with the colors. Yeah, that's just for internal use.
Yeah.
When you post a page, do you ping a webmaster tools and bing that this blog is
posted?
Or
because your sitemap should be automatically updating everything anyway. Google crawls most websites at least 40-50 times a day, so it should be fine.
Really?
Yeah. So if you go into Google Search Console, you'll find your crawlability rate. Now, once you start publishing more content, your crawlability rate will go up. Google will start crawling your site more and more frequently because it sees you're uploading content. Therefore, you're getting more and more preferential. What was your question?
Yeah, for how many keywords you optimize one page?
Probably 3 is a maximum. Depends if it's 1,000 words, 3 words. If you're going 2,000, probably 5 words. So when we say keywords, we're talking 3 keywords that we're optimizing for, and probably 2 or 3 that are generic. So
1,000.
Yes. Yes.
How do you manage your link structure and the internal link structure for your silos? You managed, you said have the category, then subcategory, and maybe a subpage.
Yeah.
How do you interlink to a new article you just posted? Because you said in the article you write, you add links already. But how do you link to the new article you just published?
So we kind of create a funnel going one way, and the funnel is going towards pretty much those 5 pages that we're trying to target, 5 to 10 pages. So if we create a new article, we might link to it with a relevant page. So let's just say it's about teddy bear hire, bang, teddy bear hire, teddy bear hire. We'll link to it on the relevant page that creates relevancy. But realistically, if it's a blog post, we want to link back to the home page, the subcategory page, and then to the specific product page.
And that being said, we usually batch work. So they don't get 1 piece, they get 5, 10, 20 pieces, so we can interlink also between
and
batches
so
of work.
what we're always doing, so we're always internally linking horizontally and vertically. So within a product, let's just say it goes fridges, specific fridges, fridge 1, fridge 2, fridge 3, we're always linking between fridge 1, fridge 2, fridge 3, as well as fridges, as well as homepage. So we're creating that kind of mesh.
Okay, so you go out of the silo and also link to other silos, basically.
Yes, we're going horizontally and vertically. Or whatever, vertically, horizontal, yes.
So you said keyword density should be 3 per 1,000 or so.
Oh no, wait. So we're targeting 3 keywords in a 1,000 words piece, and that's how we place it. So the yellow one is keyword 1. It pops up in the head 1 in the first paragraph, in the body of the text, in the H2, and in the last paragraph. You don't have to go super crazy on your keywords. And then all the other keywords, they're once in a H2 and once in the body of the text. And in the future, H3 and 4th.
Okay, so it's like total 12 keywords or so?
Well, no, so it's what you're saying basically is page title, meta description, heading, first paragraph, heading 1, heading 2 if you can, body of text, last paragraph. So that's 1 keyword. Second keyword would be one, heading, subheading, and then in one other paragraph. So we basically, you just sprinkle it in there. I mean, I'm doing some more research now. Maybe we might change our strategy a little bit, but that's kind of that's the simple way to do it. You don't need to sit there and do keyword density 2%, that kind of stuff. Just put them in there. Have 3 contextual kind of like related themes, and that'll be enough for Google to understand what's going on with the page.
So you're saying use the keyword one a little bit more often than the other ones?
Yes. Well, I'm just saying pretty much
Because
use the other keywords only once in a heading and once in a body of the text or in a paragraph.
So you said the site was already ranking well for these keywords, and do you risk losing those ranking by creating a new page or duplicated content?
There's no duplicated content here, so it's all
or
unique
replacing
content.
that landing page which was ranking well with this new page, or?
No, because basically we're actually adding more proof that this website is about fridge rentals. The more pages we create about fridge rentals, the more proof that we have that it's about fridge rentals.
And which one will Google link to? If you have more relevant pages, which one will Google link to?
Google, when you have the ranking data coming up, Google will actually show you which pages, our software agency analytics will show you which page is actually ranking for that. And we want to target that specific page. So we're going to throw all the links to the page that's ranking, not to a page that's not ranking.
Okay, not to the new page.
No, it depends whether it's a new. Sometimes we create new pages, sometimes we use existing pages. So it depends. So it's
So that's why he said, like, in agency analytics, you can see which page the ranking is for.
Let's just get through this bit and then we can. So there's the content, whatever thing.
Quick note, so you're putting in the internal links, 50% optimized, and then again, you're not doing this for fun. Please add a call to action. So people, this is a funnel that goes from Google to your money pages, okay? So constantly tell people where they have to go. Contact us if you want to improve, go here, do that.
Big red button.
Ideally, put it after the first paragraph and then after the last.
Before the last.
Yeah, after the here.
Yeah.
So just that people know, okay, what's up, what's happening next.
Yeah. That's really important because basically people coming from Google landing on a page, but that's not the page you're selling them on. You're going to sell them on another page. You need to get them through the funnel. Okay, cool.
Let's see. Should we?
Yeah, let's keep going. What was your question?
It's not really important, but I was wondering if you use TF, IDF, stuff like analyzing which words on the top 10 results are important.
You mean LSI?
Yeah.
Yes, LSI. We do. There's a whole other topic, but yeah, we definitely use LSI stuff. We've got, Alright, so that concludes that part of whatever we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, use AdWords for keywords and search volume, Moz for keyword difficulty, agency analytics for ranking, data and URLs. Ask us anything, I think that's already on.
Already happening because we have to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. If you look closely in front of you, you're going to find a flyer for our digital marketing conference we're doing together at the beautiful Trans Resort end of October. It's going to be great.
I'm trying to get the Guinness World Record holder for sword swallowing. He's got 40 feet Guinness World Records. He swallows 26 swords in a row. He gaffer tapes his eyeballs up and he can catch an arrow blindfolded. This is the most important thing, okay? Like, besides digital marketing, we have international speakers that we're coming to the conference as well. It's going to be bloody awesome. And yeah, it's going to have some really high level speakers, also some beginner stuff and some advanced stuff. And also we're doing a lot of peak performance, mind, body, spirit stuff. After the 2 days of the conference at the Trans Resort, we're going to have like a networkation. We're going to spend 3 days in Uluwatu. We're inviting all the speakers to come along as well. And you can kind of mix and match and mingle and meet some like high level professionals, much higher level than us. We're just rookies.
So we're expecting about 500 people. It's going to be fun. It's a 5-star resort. It's really, really beautiful. Early bird tickets are super cheap right now, so get it while they're hot because they're limited. You know the trick. Thank you very much. If you love or hate this talk, let us know at dmss.io. Feedback. This is not, you're not being trapped into an opt-in here. This is actually, we care about your feedback, so it's anonymous, and we would actually like to know your feedback.
What I would like to know is what your expectations were of what you came into sitting here for, and how come you sat through an hour of Excel. That's what I'd like to know, and how you feel about sitting through an hour of Excel.
That being said, Brie and I are in Ubud today and in Outpost tomorrow. We're up for coffee, kombucha. Are we doing that now?
Yeah, we can just go outside and have a kombucha now. We have business cards. If you want to talk to us about business, you can talk about business. If you want to talk to us about other than business, you can talk to us about other stuff as well. Anything really.
Yeah. So it was a pleasure.
Yes.
Question.
How much does agency analytics cost, and what does it do?
Agency analytics is a dashboard that integrates.
How does that go?
But it integrates your SEO, your AdWords, your Facebook ads, your social everything, your email marketing. This integrates everything together into one sexy dashboard, very similar to Google Analytics.
And then that being said, it's called Agency Analytics, so it's a white label solution. So you as agency give those dashboards to your client and they have the beautiful dashboards with your branding and your logo and that kind of stuff.
But it also on a personal level, like if you have a company that is tracking a lot of things, it's easy to have everything in one place. It's all clean. You don't have to go to Facebook and to AdWords. It's all, and you can customize all the variables for yourself. Does all the ranking data for you. The code that we have is WLDM50, and that will give you 50% off your first month. So you get, I think, 14 days free, and then you get 50% off your first month after that. So WLDM50.
Data visualization software, right?
Yeah, it's not like high level. It's not like Periscope or not Tableau. No, it's not like that. But it's basically just it's like Google Analytics for everything, but highly customizable.
So, but all the data streams are integrated. We can just pull in any API.
Yes, exactly. And I mean they're creating more and more APIs as we speak. I mean you probably can do custom APIs in there as well. But yeah, there's a lot of API integration in there, and that's what makes it really really good.
And who's the guy who made this?
His name is Joe Kindness. Yeah, that's his name.
They're a team of 5 or 6 developers.
Yep.
All right, it was a pleasure. Thank you for sitting with us for 1 hour. It was beautiful. Meet us at coffee.
And come to the conference.